Your future is being shaped right now by the choices you make today. Want to start seeing real progress in your life? It all begins with self-improvement. In this video, we are sharing some simple but powerful strategies to help you grow, stay motivated, and achieve your biggest goals. If you've ever felt stuck or unsure how to move forward, this is for you. We'll talk about how to build better habits, develop a success-driven mindset, and create the life you truly want, step by step. So, if you're ready to start leveling up, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and drop a comment below. What's one area of your life you want to improve right now? We've all been there. You sit down to work determined to finish a task, only to find yourself lost in a maze of distractions. An hour later, you realize you've accomplished very little. It's frustrating and disheartening. But why is maintaining focus so difficult in today's world? Our environment is filled with distractions, both digital and physical. Notifications ping every few minutes, emails demand immediate attention, and social media is a constant source of temptation. Moreover, our own habits and routines can either bolster our ability to focus or undermine it entirely. Let's delve into the habits that might be sabotaging your concentration and how to address them effectively. Can you keep your focus? Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of how certain habits might be wrecking your focus, let's start with a quick self-assessment. Here are a few questions to ponder. 1. Do you find yourself frequently checking your phone or social media while working? 2. Are you often juggling multiple tasks at once, thinking it will save you time? 3. Do you get easily distracted by notifications or background noise? 4. Is it difficult for you to finish a task without taking several breaks? 5. Do you feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tasks and deadlines? 6. Are you guilty of procrastinating until the last minute? 7. Do you struggle to prioritize your daily tasks? 8. Do you often forget important details or miss deadlines? 9. Do you find it hard to say no to new tasks or commitments, even when you're already swamped? 10. Do you often feel mentally exhausted even after a full night's sleep? Keep these questions in mind as we explore the 10 habits that could be derailing your focus and how you can fix them. The problem: why is focus so elusive? Multitasking, the myth of efficiency. You might think that juggling several tasks at once makes you more efficient, but research shows the opposite. According to a study by Stanford University, multitasking reduces productivity and can even impair cognitive functions. When you switch between tasks, your brain takes time to refocus, leading to mistakes and lower quality work. Personal anecdote: I used to pride myself on being a master multitasker. I'd have multiple tabs open, phone in hand, and conversations going on around me. But the truth was, I was constantly frazzled, and my work suffered. It wasn't until I started focusing on one task at a time that I saw a significant improvement in both my efficiency and the quality of my work. Expert insight: Cal Newport, in his book Deep Work, emphasizes the importance of undistracted focus. He argues that deep work, the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task, is like a superpower in our increasingly competitive economy. Interesting fact: a study by the University of London found that multitasking during cognitive tasks can lower your IQ by up to 15 points. This drop is similar to what you'd experience after staying up all night. Digital distractions, the silent saboteurs. Our phones, tablets, and computers are indispensable, but they can also be our worst enemies when it comes to staying focused. A study from the University of California, Irvine, found that it takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get back on track after being interrupted by a notification. Personal anecdote: I remember one afternoon I was deep into writing in Bookshot when a notification popped up on my phone. It was a trivial message, but I clicked on it, which led to another notification and another. Before I knew it, I had wasted an hour browsing social media. Expert insight: James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, suggests creating an environment that minimizes distractions. This could mean turning off non-essential notifications, using apps that block social media during work hours, or setting specific times to check emails and messages. Interesting fact: the average person checks their phone 96 times a day, according to a study by Asurian. That's about once every 10 minutes. The procrastination trap. Procrastination is a common issue that often stems from a fear of failure or feeling overwhelmed by the task at hand. Procrastinators tend to delay starting tasks, which increases stress and decreases the quality of work. Personal anecdote: I once had a major project due and kept putting it off because it seemed too daunting. The closer the deadline loomed, the more anxious I became. When I finally started, I realized it wasn't as difficult as I'd imagined. But the added pressure from procrastinating made the task much harder. Expert insight. Tim Urban, the creator of the popular blog Wait But Why, explains procrastination using the concept of the instant gratification monkey that hijacks our brain. He suggests breaking tasks into smaller, manageable parts and using deadlines to create a sense of urgency. Interesting fact, according to a study published in the journal Psychological Science, procrastination isn't just a time management problem. It's deeply tied to emotion regulation. Lack of prioritization. The urgent versus the important. Not all tasks are created equal. Sometimes we spend too much time on urgent but unimportant tasks at the expense of important but less urgent ones. This lack of prioritization can scatter our focus and reduce our overall productivity. Personal anecdote. There was a period when I felt constantly busy but never seemed to accomplish anything significant. It turned out that I was spending too much time on minor tasks that didn't move the needle on my major projects. By prioritizing my tasks, I was able to focus on what truly mattered and made more meaningful progress. Expert insight. Stephen Covey's First Things first emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what is urgent and what is important. Covey's time management matrix is a tool that helps categorize tasks, enabling you to focus on what will have the most significant impact. Interesting fact. A survey by LinkedIn found that only 11% of professionals felt that all of their tasks for the day were important. The rest were largely filled with low-priority activities. Perfectionism, the enemy of progress. Striving for perfection can paralyze you. While aiming for high standards is commendable, perfectionism can lead to endless tweaking and a failure to complete tasks. It's important to recognize when good enough is, in fact, good enough. Personal anecdote. I used to spend hours refining my work, seeking perfection. This often led to missed deadlines and a lot of stress. Learning to accept that perfection is unattainable and that progress matters more has helped me be more productive and less stressed. Expert insight. Brené Brown, a research professor at the University of Houston, discusses the pitfalls of perfectionism in her book, Daring Greatly. She suggests embracing vulnerability and focusing on doing your best rather than being perfect. Interesting fact. Research published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Review found that perfectionism is associated with higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Neglecting breaks, the burnout cycle. Taking regular breaks might seem counterintuitive when you're trying to stay focused, but working nonstop can lead to burnout. Short, frequent breaks can actually enhance your productivity and creativity. Personal anecdote. I used to power through my work without taking breaks, thinking I was being more productive. However, I often ended up feeling exhausted and my work quality declined. Incorporating short breaks into my routine helped me stay fresh and focused throughout the day. Expert insight. The Pomodoro technique, developed by Francesco Cirillo, involves working in blocks of time, typically 25 minutes, followed by a short break. This method can help maintain high levels of focus and prevent burnout. Interesting fact. A study by the Draugiem Group found that the most productive employees work for 52 minutes and then take a 17-minute break. Sleep deprivation, the silent focus killer. Lack of sleep can severely impair your cognitive functions, including your ability to concentrate. A study by the National Sleep Foundation found that sleep-deprived individuals are more likely to have difficulty focusing and remembering information. Personal anecdote. There was a time when I consistently worked late into the night, sacrificing sleep to get more done. Not only did my productivity suffer, but my overall well-being did too. Prioritizing sleep made a significant difference in my ability to focus and perform at my best. Expert insight. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist and author of Why We Sleep, emphasizes the importance of sleep for cognitive performance. He suggests maintaining a regular sleep schedule and creating a restful sleep environment. Interesting fact. Sleep deprivation can reduce the brain's ability to form new memories by up to 40%, according to research published in the journal Nature Reviews Neuroscience. Poor diet fueling your brain. What you eat can significantly impact your focus and productivity. Consuming a diet high in sugar and processed foods can lead to energy crashes and difficulty concentrating. Personal anecdote. I noticed a huge difference in my focus when I started paying attention to my diet. Swapping sugary snacks for fruits and nuts and ensuring I had balanced meals made me feel more energized and focused throughout the day. Expert insight. Dr. Mark Hyman, a functional medicine doctor, advocates for a diet rich in whole foods, healthy fats, and lean proteins. In his book, Food, What the Heck Should I Eat?, he explains how certain foods can enhance brain function and improve focus. Interesting fact: a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high-fat, high-sugar diets can reduce cognitive flexibility, which is your brain's ability to switch between thinking about different concepts. Lack of exercise, moving your body, clearing your mind. Regular physical activity boosts blood flow to the brain, improving cognitive functions and concentration. Exercise also helps reduce stress and anxiety, which can be major distractions. Personal anecdote: incorporating a daily exercise routine into my schedule was a game changer. Not only did it improve my physical health, but it also significantly enhanced my mental clarity and focus. Expert insight: John Rady, a clinical professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, explores the connection between exercise and brain function in his book, Spark: The Revolutionary New Science of Exercise and the Brain. He highlights how even moderate exercise can improve focus and cognitive performance. Interesting fact: a study from the University of British Columbia found that regular aerobic exercise boosts the size of the hippocampus, the brain area involved in verbal memory and learning. Overcommitment: the power of saying no. Taking on too many tasks or commitments can spread you thin and dilute your focus. Learning to say no is essential to maintaining a manageable workload and preserving your ability to focus on what truly matters. Personal anecdote: I used to say yes to every opportunity, thinking it would help me advance. However, this led to burnout and a significant drop in my productivity. Learning to say no allowed me to focus on fewer, more important tasks, and I achieved better results. Expert insight: Greg McKeown, in his book Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, advocates for the power of saying no. He suggests focusing on what is truly essential and eliminating the non-essential tasks that consume time and energy. Interesting fact: a study by the University of California, San Francisco, found that the more difficulty people have in saying no, the more likely they are to experience stress, burnout, and even depression. The Power of Habit: Insights from James Clear. James Clear's Atomic Habits offers invaluable insights into how small changes can lead to significant improvements in focus and productivity. Clear emphasizes the importance of making tiny adjustments to your daily routines. For instance, if you're struggling with distractions, start by dedicating just 5 minutes a day to undistracted work, and gradually increase this time. Key takeaway: habits are the compound interest of self-improvement, Clear writes. By making small, consistent changes, you can dramatically improve your ability to focus over time. Recap and conclusion: maintaining focus in today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world is challenging, but it's not impossible. By addressing the habits that undermine your concentration, you can reclaim your focus and boost your productivity. 1. Single tasking over multitasking. Focus on one task at a time for better efficiency and quality. 2. Minimizing digital distractions. Create an environment that reduces interruptions from notifications and social media. 3. Breaking the procrastination cycle. Tackle tasks head-on by breaking them into smaller, manageable parts. 4. Prioritizing effectively. Distinguish between urgent and important tasks to focus on what truly matters. 5. Letting go of perfectionism. Aim for progress, not perfection. 6. Taking regular breaks. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique to maintain high levels of focus. 7. Prioritizing sleep. Ensure you get enough rest to keep your cognitive functions at their best. 8. Eating a healthy diet. Fuel your brain with nutritious foods to enhance focus and productivity. 9. Exercising regularly. Incorporate physical activity into your routine to boost brain function and reduce stress. 10. Learning to say no. Avoid overcommitment by focusing on essential tasks and declining unnecessary ones. Remember, small changes can lead to significant improvements. By adopting these strategies, you'll find yourself more focused, productive, and less stressed. Now take a moment to reflect on the questions at the beginning of this bookshot and see where you might need to make adjustments. With dedication and practice, you can overcome these habits and reclaim your focus. Answers to the focus test. 1. If you often check your phone or social media while working, try turning off notifications and setting specific times for these activities. 2. If you juggle multiple tasks at once, Practice single tasking to improve efficiency. 3. If you get easily distracted by notifications or background noise, consider creating a quieter work environment or using noise-canceling headphones. 4. If you find it difficult to finish a task without several breaks, try using the Pomodoro technique. 5. If you feel overwhelmed by tasks and deadlines, prioritize effectively using tools like Covey's time management matrix. 6. If you procrastinate until the last minute, break tasks into smaller parts and set intermediate deadlines. 7. If you struggle to prioritize tasks, distinguish between urgent and important tasks. 8. If you often forget details or miss deadlines, use tools like to-do lists and calendars to stay organized. 9. If you find it hard to say no to new tasks, practice saying no to maintain a manageable workload. 10. If you feel mentally exhausted, ensure you get enough sleep and take regular breaks to recharge. By addressing these areas, you can enhance your focus and productivity, leading to greater success and well-being. Remember, as the famous philosopher Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Cultivate good habits, and excellence will follow. We just went through some of the most effective ways to grow and improve. Which one are you going to focus on first? Tell us in the comments. And hey, if you found this useful, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and share this with someone who's ready to grow too. If you want more self-improvement tips, mindset hacks, and motivation, join our community. Link in the description. See you in the next video. Your growth starts now. Don't miss out. More insights, more opportunities, absolutely free. Click the link below and take your next step today.